Okay, so this is a really amazing thing in OnShape called Loft. But in order to use the Loft tool, you need to know how to make what's called an offset plane. So let's just get right to it. We're going to make kind of a sort of a funnel. All right, so first do the normal thing. I'm going to click on front, and so we're going to make a sketch. We're going to make it on the front, and we're going to start with center point circle right here, and I make a circle. I don't care what size it is for now, and I'm going to say check, and there we have a circle. Now I'm going to right click in the white space and choose isometric. And so the isometric view lets you sort of see all of the planes. I'm going to choose the front, and you can see that it's highlighted when I'm choosing it. If I went down here, now right is highlighted. But I want the front because that's where I drew that circle. I'm going to right click, and you see the second choice is offset plane. So I click that. And you can see that it popped up here, plane 1. We can already sort of see that there. But I can change what it is it created another sort of front plane, but either above or below front. So it's parallel to that initial plane. But check it out. If I change the offset distance to 3, look what happens. It went further away. If I put it at 0.5, it went pretty close. So I'm going to try, let's do 4, just to see it. All right. So now what we have is we have this front plane, and we have plane 1, which is parallel to that original plane. And I'm going to check and say, yep, that's what we want. Now I'm going to go back and look square at the front. But now you can see I'm looking at plane 1. Plane 1 is in front of me. Their front is behind it, sort of underneath. So I'm going to say sketch. And now I'm going to choose this plane 1 that's out in front. And you can see that if I've chosen it over here, plane 1 is the sketch plane chosen. Let's try another circle. Just keep it simple. And make it bigger. Alright, so let's check, accept that, and turn on the side. You can see that what we've got is a big circle up here and a smaller circle below on these two separate planes. And that allows us to use the Loft tool. And so if I choose the Loft tool, all I need to do then is say where I'm starting and where I'm ending. So I'm going to click on my big circle to start, and I'm going to click on my little circle to end, and boom, it connects them. It like in a tapered way. It's pretty neat. So we just made this, I don't know, sort of like a cone, but that's the Loft tool. You can also play around with this start profile condition, normal to profile. See what it did? It made it almost like a cup looking thing. I'm gonna leave that. If I change the number, what if I made it like a 3? It's like bulging. But what about 0.5, a smaller number? Okay, so it's sort of thinner. Let's look at end profile condition, normal to profile, and it kind of gives it that sort of vase looking thing. What if I made this like 0.5? What would it be like? You know, sort of a slimmer, you know, not as big of a curve. What if I made a 3? Okay, look at that. So I'm just going to undo that though. I'm going to say none and none, and we've got this thing. All right, kind of neat, you know. But we want to make a funnel today. So let's go back. We're now on our plane 1. I'm going to sketch onto plane 1, make a circle, center point circle. Let's X out of this. Sketch on face of Loft 1, that's fine. And center point circle. and I'm going to make about that big. Check mark. Let's go to the other side, and let's sketch again on here. Face of Loft 1. I guess that's okay too. Let's just see. Center point circle. And I'm making a circle inside the bottom of that cone. And check mark. And let's go back here. And let's try the Loft tool again. And this time, we're going to go from that circle to, and notice it won't highlight it this way, or at least it's a little finicky. So let's turn it around here. Ah, yes. And there is the one we want to go to. And now instead of add, let's remove and check mark. Voila. We've got this kind of funnel looking thing. You can imagine that if we had changed the loft, some of those other parameters, we could have made it a pretty exotic shape. So that's it. Pretty neat tool, Loft. It connects. You have to create an offset plane. Don't forget that. You're going to use offset planes in lots of things that you might want to do. But then you create two shapes in two different planes, and the Loft tool will connect them. Nice.